Hi, it's Brian Rose and Colin Powell from Silicon Reel. It's week 8. It's been a crazy adventure. We've met some of the coolest and most innovative people here in London's technology startup scene.
Yeah, it's been an incredible time, blowing away all my expectations, and I just can't wait to keep on doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't stop here in the studio. We go out to the Silicon Drinkabout, sponsored by the Three Beards. And about 2 weeks ago, we met the guys at Accenture, and they told us about the FinTech Innovation Lab. And it's this really exciting new program that's happening right now.
Yeah, and it's perfect location. One of the main themes really has been that London has a great opportunity to sort of rule the world in financial technology.
And they're accepting applications from all over the world for any idea you have in fintech. So you can apply up to September 8th. If you're selected, you have like a Dragon's Den style pitch day. And from those people, they select another group and incubate them from January to March of next year. Everything finishes in one big pitch day with VCs there, bank CTOs. It's just an amazing program.
Yeah, the access really is the thing that blows me away. If you're running a fintech startup right now, you know how hard it is to get a hold of these guys. Could take you years. And here they are mentoring you for 3 months. So you really, really should get on the ball here and take advantage of this.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be partnering with these guys. We're going to follow the process for the next 7 months and see what gets produced. And I just think it's the same mentality as Silicon Reel, paying it forward and try to break down some of those innovators' dilemmas that we talk about every week on the show.
Yeah, really, that's the key. The only way the banks are going to improve is if they can get access to the people that are innovating, and this really breaks down that wall.
Yeah. So until then, we're going to keep bringing you excellent shows every week from the movers and the shakers, the winners and the losers of the London technology startup scene. And now we're going to leave you with Jeff Lynn, who created Seedrs, another fabulous financial technology story.
Yeah. Enjoy.
One thing we always ask people that sit in that chair is, why will you win in your space?
So it's a fantastic question. We're going to win for 2 core reasons. One is that we treat this business as a professional financial services business. We see it as real investing. There are a lot of people who have come at crowdfunding seeing it either, I think the least sophisticated people have seen it kind of the way that I described before, which is just this new funky world where people just throw money at things and don't understand incentive structures. There's some more sophisticated people out there, including some of our competitors, who get that that's not the case, but still fundamentally come at this with a tech and social mindset rather than a financial and investment mindset. And so they do a number of things that may work in the sense of getting a little bit of virality and getting some popularity, but don't actually result in what's the most important long-run factor in success of a crowdfunding platform, which is investors making money. This is only a sustainable business, and it only grows if in the long run, even though many of the startups will fail, that's certainly part of it, but if the successful ones can succeed well and investors make money out of the deal, that is absolutely vital. And so that has been our primary focus, and we do a number of things to ensure that that happens. One, and I won't go into sort of all the technical details now unless you want them, but just to put it at its core, one thing that we do that none of our competitors in the UK do is we provide something called a nominee structure. So we hold the shares for the underlying investors as their nominee. We administer them, we issue votes, or we issue consents, we cast votes, we take certain other actions. It seems like one of those legalistic technical things, but actually it's critical. It's critical to for the companies if they want to raise more capital. So a company that crowdfunds or equity crowdfunds without a nominee structure will find it very difficult to raise venture capital down the road, whereas our companies can raise venture capital very easily. VCs love us. And then on the investor side, without a nominee structure, investors wind up very much unprotected, and it's very easy to do things to them if you're a slightly nefarious group of co-founders or later stage investors even, do things to render their holdings worthless. We step in and prevent that. So if the next Facebook or the next Skype or some other great business gets funded through us, and of the 31 that have gotten funded, I think we've got a number in there that stand a great chance of making millions and millions for their investors. If they do that, our investors will be protected. And that's the kind of thing, that professionalism, that really distinguishes us from our competitors and I think is vital. The other thing that we do, another thing about us that will make us win, is we see this as a global space. And we intend to be a global platform. I'm a huge believer, and I've said many times in the past, that Britain is the best place in the world to build a high-growth global startup today. And there are a number of reasons for that, but it all comes down to a core bit, which is that we've got a great market here. Everything from the English language, a relatively well-to-do population, democracy, good infrastructure, et cetera, et cetera. We've got a good market. But it's a meeting...
Low taxes.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Relatively
low, and fantastic tax incentives for investing in startups. The Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme, the Enterprise Investment Scheme. It's an amazing, amazing set of tax reliefs. But unlike the United States, it's a medium-sized market. It's not quite big enough to just focus on building a domestic product. And so whereas U.S. companies build for the U.S. and often get very, very big before they even think outside their borders, Britain, first of all, has a long history of being a trading nation. I like to joke that it rains a lot here, and so for 500 years, people have gotten on boats and gone elsewhere where it's sunnier and warmer. And that history, and some of it's imperial, and some of it's perhaps not as pleasant of a history, but a lot of it has been commercial and much more exciting. That history, that culture, and that general attitude, combined with just the constraints of an island nation of 60 million people, mean that this is a wonderful, wonderful place to start a business, to get it up and running, to test the market, to get that product market fit, and then roll out globally. And that's what we plan to do ourselves. So